Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, bishops and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready to accept it or not. And the sincere salutation to all the occupant pushing this truth and believing this truth, but the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the whole elect. And shalom to the Abbas who are listening and learning, you few sisters who are listening and learning. And Messiah from GMS and Lano Camp coming at you on the lesson of truth, fact, faith, and edification. Another daily edification, Lord, what is be able to find. So I just titled this lesson, Vocab. What about Genesis 35 and 1 and Numbers chapter 20, verse 14 through 21? Because this guy, he's talking about we play Hebrew hopscotch. Well, he's playing hopscotch, trying to justify Esau Edom. But like Elder Yashawamba, and as the apostle's been saying, he said that the Edomites done away with. So why is he trying to justify Jacob and Esau in Genesis 33? Now I was listening to Elder Yashawamba's video he did earlier. Very edifying lesson, making the points, explaining how Jacob was supplanting Esau in Genesis 33. But Vocab don't understand what's going on, man. So he's trying to find some kind of way to justify Esau. But you can't, man. And if you understood, you wouldn't have never made that video about Jacob and Esau meeting each other and kissing each other, which is in Genesis 33. Again, Elder Yashwamba broke it down very plainly and straight to the point. Jacob was supplanting Esau in Genesis 33. So that's why I titled it Vocab, what about Genesis 35 and 1? And Numbers chapter 20, 14 through 21, which I'm going to read. Now again, let's read this, because he tried to use this as saying, I guess he's trying to say Esau can be saved for whatever reason, right? Now here, when you read this, it say, Genesis 33 and 1, and Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. Now listen to what Jacob did. And he divided the children unto Leah and unto Rachel and unto the two handmaids, right? And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her two children, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost, right? So what's foremost? Hold on. Because as Elder Yashwan was doing the lesson, I was like, real quick, I said, Jacob was supplanting Esau, man. He was supplanting him. So the word foremost, right, mean beginning, right? Now, it say first. So, why would Jacob, let's read it again. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah and unto Rachel and unto the two handmaids. And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. Why would he do this? Why would he put Rachel and Leah in the back with whatever kids it was he divided, and put the handmaids in front? Okay, he supplanted. If it was so much love with Esau and Jacob, why would Jacob hide Leah and Rachel? Okay, and put them in the back, but put the handmaids in the front, just in case Esau was coming with some wickedness. Vocab, you ain't reading, man. So when you go to Genesis 35, Jacob was supplanted to Esau in Genesis 33, man. So if it was all so much love, because they tell you that when they ran and made each other and they kissed, he fell on his neck and he kissed, they kissed each other, right? They greet each other with a kiss, like the brothers do when we meet up. So right here, this is Genesis 35, okay? And God said unto Jacob, arise and go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God that appeareth unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Why did Jacob had to do this if it was so much love dealing with Esau? There's a separation, man. Now let's get this. I just want to make some points here. Because vocab trying to use that to justify and say Esau and Jacob is cool with each other. No, they're not, man. They're not. Now here is Numbers 20 and 14. Now this is when we came through, right? Let's read up. Right here. The water of Meribah, a Mirabah. It say, start at verse 14 now. This is Numbers 20 and 14. And Moses sent messenger from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. This is their brothers, right? And Moses sent messenger from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. Thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that has befallen us, how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time. And the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel and had brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the utmost of thy border. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand, nor to the left, until we have passed thy borders. And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. Now hold on. In Genesis 33, it said, let's read it. See, he want to talk about us cherry picking, and he do the same thing, man. Okay? This devil do the same thing, man. Let's read it here. We're going to come back to Numbers. Now in Genesis 33 and 4, it said, and Esau ran to meet Jacob, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him, and they wept. This is what vocab want to use to say Esau and Jacob love each other. Man, listen, man. Let's go back. Numbers 20 and 16 again. See, he had nowhere to run, man. He trying to jump back and forth to try to find something because he's losing everywhere. Everywhere he go at, the apostles and other bishops and elders been showing him none of those places where he been trying to go to run to in the scriptures. There is no safe haven for the Edomites, man. So now he trying to find. So vocab be looking through the scriptures, picking something, thinking he got. Nah, you lost again, buddy. Numbers 20 and 15. Let's read again. 14. And Moses sent messenger from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. Thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that has befallen us, how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And we cried unto the Lord. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel and had brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the utmost of thy borders. Let us let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy borders. And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. But hold on, I thought it was love in Genesis 33. I thought it was all love. And the children, verse 19, and the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Now hold on, don't it say that in Genesis 33 that Edom came with 400 men when he came to Jacob, and Jacob split up the children between Leah and Rachel and the handmaids. Okay, again it say, see, but nothing that you use is justifying nothing, man. Again it say, verse 20, and he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border, wherefore Israel turned away from him. Now hold on. Where is the love at? In Genesis 33 and 4. Where is the love at? Jacob was supplanting Esau in Genesis 33, man. And LDS woman did a beautiful lesson on it, man. Now, here's a precept to this verse in Job. Now, I just said that Esau would not let Jacob pass through. The Israelites pass through the land, right? Here is Job 15 and 19. Now, you know what Job 9 and 24 say, right? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. This is Job 15 and 19. Unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them. So, in Numbers 20, the Israelites was considered as strangers to these Edomites, right? Job 20 and 15. Unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them. What is this talking about? Right here in Numbers. And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. Where is the love at, Vocab? And the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the king highway. We will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border, wherefore Israel turned away from him. So that lets you know that Jacob was supplanting Esau in Genesis 33, man. Again, Job 15 and 19. Unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them, man. So Esau considers his brother and his brother's kids, which are his nephews. We are Esau nephews. We are strangers to them, just like they are strangers to us, right? In Deuteronomy 28, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 43. Look right here. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. What stranger is this? He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Who is this? He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. Who own the banks? This is plain. This ain't rocket science. This ain't Chinese arithmetic. This ain't uh trigonometry. This is plain. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. Who own the banks, man? Okay. What verse 48 say? Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in the want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay? He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. If you go to Google and type in yoke of iron, see what images come up. It's going to be images of so-called Negroes with yokes of iron on their neck. Okay? We all know this. So this stranger that's above us, that's the head, that's lending to us, who own the banks, man. This is plain. And as Vocab said in the video he did a while ago, we all did lessons on it. He said that he was paid by these people to come against this truth, right? Now, why is that? Because it is. In Jeremiah 15:43, the king of Babylon have heard the report of them. Who? The hopeful elect, the Hebrew Israelites, that teach a sound doctrine, sound the apostles of great millstone. Jeremiah 15:43, the king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold on him, and pains as of a woman in travail. So this truth is in the ears of the elites. Okay? Let's get it here. So it's a problem. So they sending out. They tell you in so I'm going to get it's Isaiah 13:2. It reads, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Right? In Isaiah 19, it's Isaiah 19:16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women. Now hold on. Let's get this again in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50. Let's hold this again in 43. Now right here it say Isaiah 19:16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand. Right? In Isaiah 13:2. Because of the shaking of the hand. The shaking of the hand is warning people that to the hopeful elect, if they don't repent, or to Israel, if they don't repent, they're going to be destroyed. And to the heathens, let them know that their judgment is coming for what they have done to so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. The judgment, the shaking of the hand is the judgment of the Lord, okay, to declare the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. In the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that make a mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of Yahweh of hosts, which he have determined against it. Right? The point is right here, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. Why? Because of the counsel of the Lord. Terrified. Say the same thing right here in Jeremiah 15:43. Again, it reads, the king of Babylon have heard the report of them, right? Job, what is that? Job 21 and 31. It said the king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble, anguish took hold of him, and pains as of a woman in travail. They are trembling. That's what it's saying. As a matter of fact, in Job, let's get this. Job 21 and 31. It said the king of Babylon heard the report of them, right? You see right here? Job 21 and 31. Who shall declare his way to his face? Who's going to do this? The men of the Lord, man. And who shall repay him for what he have done? That's what the Lord going to do when he return. The point is, who shall declare his way to his face? When you declare a man's way to his face, you are shaking the hand at him, right? Let's go back. The king of Babylon have heard the report of them. Why? Because we are declaring him his way to his face. You see? And his hands wax feeble. Like it said in Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. The keepers of the house shall tremble, man. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as of a woman in travail. Okay? Isaiah 19 and 16. And that day shall Egypt be like unto women. You see? And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of Yahweh of hosts, which he have determined against it. So, what do? They send out counselors. Let's get it right here. Is that Ezra? Let's see. Ezra 4 and 7. So this is Ezra. Chapter 4. Right here. Ezra 4 and 4. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the peoples of Judah and troubled them in building and hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose. You see, all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia, even unto the reigns of Darius, king of Persia. This is happening now. And hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose. Well, the only ones that Vocab Malone and friends is going to frustrate is the 2/3. Because see now, as it said in Nehemiah 4, let's get this. The breaches are beginning to be closed, man. That's why I tell you that in Amos 9:11. So here is Nehemiah 4 and 8. It say, you see, and conspire all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. So what Vocab has been paid to do is try to hinder this work, but he can't. But the point I want to make is right here. It say, let's read some of this. I just want to hit the point here. Right here. Nehemiah 4 and 7. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, okay, and conspire all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. You see it say, and that the breaches begin to be stopped. Hold on. In Amos 9:11, it reads, In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. You see, the breaches are beginning to be stopped. And I will raise up his ruins and I will build it as in the days of old. What we just read in Nehemiah 4 and Ezra 4. Okay? That they may possess the remnant of Edom, the elites, okay? and all of the heathen and the other 16 heathen nations, which I call by my name, saith Yahweh that do of this. That do of what? Shake the hand at him. Declare this to his face. You see, which I call by my name, saith Yahweh that do of this. The hopeful elect that shake the hand at him, that declare his way to his face. When it said in Jeremiah 15:43, it said, what? The king of Babylon. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. Jeremiah 15:43. The king of Babylon have heard the report of them. Who? Them that is clearing the way to his face. And his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pains as of a woman in travail. You see? Let me get this closing precept. That's why the Lord said this in Psalms. But that's Psalms 94 and 16, man. And see, that's why Vocab playing. Now he's playing Hebrew hopscotch. Psalms 94 and 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? You see? So while he playing Hebrew hopscotch, trying to justify Jacob and Esau meeting and greeting each other, what they got to do with Genesis 35? When the Lord had Jacob to flee from Esau. What they got to do with Numbers 20, verse 14 through 21, when Esau wouldn't even let us pass through his land? And don't worry, I'm waiting on the answer. And what that got to do with, hold on, I'm finna close. Let me get this. What they got to do with this? Amos, chapter 1, 11. And we can get many other scriptures, but I'm not finna do it. It's too much overkill. Amos 1:11. Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Why, Lord? Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, that's 1, and did cast off all pity, that's 2, and his anger did tell perpetually, that's 3, and he kept his wrath forever. Hold on. Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 times, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, 1, and did cast out all pity, 2, and his anger did tear perpetually, 3, and he kept his wrath forever, 4. Come on, man. Come on, man. And you gonna keep using this? Now hold on. Revelation. Now, if you know anything about this dragon in Revelations 12 and 7, in Revelation 12, the 12th chapter, this dragon, this old serpent, this red serpent, is talking about the Roman Empire. You can read it in Matthew chapter 2, when Herod was trying to kill the Messiah. Revelation 12 and 2, it reads, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Yahweh Mashiach. So the shake, when you read Isaiah 13 and 2, and Isaiah 19, verse 16 and 17, in Jeremiah 15:43, those are the testimonies of Yahweh. Because don't it say in Isaiah 63 and 1, this is the testimony that Yahweh is coming to destroy Edom. And Edom will be in rulership when the Messiah returns. Hold on. I gotta get this. In Matthew, hold on, I must be allowed to read this. In Matthew 22, in Matthew 22, in verse 15, look, it say tribute to Caesar. Then went, hold on, let's put it in the red. Matthew 22 and 15. Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk. And they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of God in truth. Neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the persons of men. Tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not? But Yahushua perceived their wickedness and said, Why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny. And he said unto them, Who is this image and superscription? They said unto him, Caesar's. Then said he unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God's. Whose face was on this money? Whose face was on this money during the time of Messiah when he was on the earth? Whose face was it? Caesar's. Who are the Caesars? Edomites, right? Now, in Isaiah 63 and 1, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I would tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Okay? For the day of vengeance, is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So who is this? It's a God's vengeance on the nations. So when the Messiah returns, the same people's face that was on the money when he was on the earth is the same people's face who's on the money right now. Let's get this. In Revelations 1 and 7. In Vocab, you don't believe in reincarnation. So how is this possible? Revelation 1 and 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. Who pierced the Lord? Wasn't it the Romans? It was the Romans, right? Here's another cut proving to you that the Edomites is going to be here. The Edomites will be on the earth when Yahweh shall return, man. Behold, he coming with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Amen. So, who is this that pierced Yahweh? It was the Roman centurions, man. Okay? Edomites. Hold on. Let me grab this real quick. Bear with me for a second. So this guy trying to justify Esau and Jacob. And you can't, man. You can't. There's no way you can justify that, man. Hold on one second. I'm looking for this. Bear with me. Let me get this. I'm gonna close with this. I just want to make some points on that. Elder Yashwama did a beautiful lesson. So let me get this. Close this.
And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. Merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet, and all fine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon, and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster, and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. And the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
And see, this is that dreadful sound. This is that dreadful sound in the ears of the kings of Babylon, man. Okay? So they're sending out counselors, man. They hired counselors.
And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more.
This is Job 15 and 21. A dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him. You see, this was coming. To who? Let's read again. Jeremiah 50 and 43. The king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold on him, and pains as of a woman in travail. Why? Because this is that dreadful sound in their ears, man. A dreadful, Job 15 and 21, a dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him. So when he was about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall finna come and make him throw up everything, man.
For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints, and all that was slain upon the earth.
You see? Didn't it say the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen? Hey, they tired of hearing it, man. But we are here to proclaim this, man. Declare, man. To piss these devils off, to force their hand to move, so Yahweh Shemavashah can magnify that power, man.
And the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived, and in her was found the blood of prophet and of saints, and of all that were slain upon the earth.
So, Lord, witness edifying. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, already accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth. Then tell you world, waking up the hope for the elect. And shalom to the ark who are listening learning. If you sisters who are listening learning, Lord was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom. Wa Ubah for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema Shah continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. Shalom.